In order to learn copy semantic in lists, let's first define a list called color list with three elements: red, green, and blue. Let's create another variable called color copy and simply assign color list to color copy. At this point, if we examine the contents of color copy, it has the same three elements that we had added to the color list above. Is color copy a shallow copy or a deep copy of the original color list? Let's go ahead and find out. The easiest way of checking this is to modify the color list in some way and then print color copy to check if this gets modified as well. We have removed the element green from the color list and we then printed the original as well as the updated version. We can confirm for ourselves that color copy is a shallow copy of the original list. How do we know? Because both the original list and color copy no longer contain the element green. The modification we made to the original is also reflected in the copy version, and so very clearly this is a shallow copy. This is not something that we had wanted. Instead, we wanted the change to not reflect at both places and be confined to that list only where the change was introduced. If you have a list and if you assign it to a second list, that second list is a shallow copy of the first list. Any modifications you make to the original will be reflected in the second list as well. So, the assignment operator will only make shallow copies. Let's now try out the use of the copy method which is present in the list class. We have invoked this copy method on color list and saved the resulting value in a variable called color copy. At this point, color copy has the exact same contents as color list, namely red, blue, and green. Let's now subject this copy to the same test. We are going to modify the original and see whether the changes are going to be reflected in the copy version. When we print the two values, we see the original color list is modified, but the copy is left untouched. So copy function seems to have done a good job here. But wait, let's also check its impact on nested lists. Consider the nested list called employee containing names and addresses of employees. Names and IDs are string and address is a list. Now let's go ahead and create a copy of this employee list using the copy method. So we will write employee to equal to employee underscore one dot copy. And then we will change or modify the employee to and update the name of the list to, let's say, Amit. And finally we print both values. And let's just run it. So we will see that employee 2 list, where we had updated the name to Amit, has now been modified, but employee 1 will remain as is. Let's now try changing the second element of the list, which is a nested list. Okay, so let's add code for modifying the address in the employee 2. So we will write employee 2 okay, we have just modified the second element, which is the street address in the employee 2 list. And again we'll run the code to check the outcome, and we will see. And when we update the street address in the employee 2 and print employee 1 and employee 2, we see that the change has been introduced in both the lists. Okay, so not just employee 2 has been updated, but we also see that employee 1 street address is also updated to Brigade Road. So this is not what we would have expected from a deep copy. We only got what is called a first level copy, but did not get a recursive copy of the nested lists within the parent list. If we really do want to create a true deep copy, then the way to do that is by importing this function called deep copy from the package called copy. Okay, so we will write here from copy import deep copy, and we will call this deep copy, and then we will pass in the employee 1. Okay, so let's quickly run this, and what we see now is that employee 2 is updated with the new street address, Brigade Road, but employee 1's street address is same as is. If you see, deep copy has done its job perfectly, and this deep copy is, since it comes from the package copy, we have to have this import statement, and this copy package comes pre-installed along with the Python. Deep copy has done its job perfectly. In the next video, we shall see how to copy the other Python types such as tuples and sets.